Well, our next couple up are Lynn and Jeff Beck. Lynn works as a volunteer in the village library, and both Jeff and Lynn are members of the Kiwanis Players and Travel Clubs. Jeff is a member of the Astronomy Club, the History Club, the Archery Club, and the Aerospace Clubs. He also volunteers on the Library Book Selection Committee and is a bingo caller for the Players Club bingo games. And I have to say that he sometimes calls Lynn Nancy. So if he says Nancy, we're talking about Lynn. Welcome, Lynn and Jeff. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
I think you heard I have 3 questions. The first question is, where are you from?
I was born in Westport, Connecticut.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And we moved to California when I was about 12.
I have very fond memories of Westport.
Okay.
Jeff, where are you from?
I am a prune picker, which means I was born in California in Bakersfield, and I was raised in a great place, Sunset Beach.
Oh.
When Sunset Beach was basically the beach town, and everything behind it was marshland. And in the summers, my mother would let me get on a paddleboard, and in the morning, I'd paddle out to the marsh, play in it all day, and come back in the evening, and she'd clean me up and feed me.
Hose you down.
Hose me down. And the other days, I'd go out to the ocean side and body surf. It was wonderful.
I'm sure it was. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been a couple?
Forever.
You know, we had our 50th wedding anniversary, and that was, I don't know, 5 or more years ago. We got married in 1967.
In 17 was the 50th anniversary, 2017.
I see.
Oh,
See, I knew he was going to
so that was
correct
7
me.
years, so you've been married 57 years.
Holy mackerel.
Plus, before you met.
Plus, yes.
Plus the
we
before
didn't get
time.
married the first day we met, no.
Okay, how long have you been in Laguna Woods?
About 3 years.
Yeah, it'll be 4 years next June.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so you still have time to explore all these other clubs.
Yes. I know about lots of clubs. He would like me to go to all of them. I am perfectly happy to be home doing my own putzing around and doing library stuff, and anyway. We took us a while to find our way in Laguna Woods.
I think it takes everybody some time to find
Yeah.
their way.
I mean,
That's life. You move to a new community and it takes time to...
Well, this one is different also.
True.
But also the people here are so nice,
Yes.
and they'll help you with anything, and we like our neighbors, which is good.
I think the nice thing, before we go on, I think the nice thing about Laguna Woods is everybody's new to the community.
Yes.
Nobody's a lifer.
That's true.
All right, let's get started. How'd you meet?
Well, when I got out of high school, where I hardly ever had a date because I was more academic and the party boys had the girls, I wasn't one of them. So now I've lost track of where I'm going.
So you went to college.
I went to college at UCLA, played a lot, didn't go to class a lot, came back home, went to work, and I was working at Bullock's.
So you went to school, you played, and you worked.
Yes, but I had to drop out of school because the playing got in the way.
Oh, no.
Yes, got in the way. I was actually at UCLA when Kennedy was shot,
Oh, my, okay.
and we could hear the bells everywhere. And the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan.
Yes.
That was the year I was there. Anyway, I got this phone call. I came home, and I got a job at Bullock's, and I was working there. And I got a phone call from him, and he says, there's a party I'd like to take you to, and I wonder if you'd like to go.
Well, wait a minute. Had you met?
No.
Oh.
I'd
And
gotten her phone number from one of my Stanford friends.
Okay.
So I said, I don't even know you, and no, I don't want to go to a party with you, but if you come to where I work, I can take a break and we can talk. So at Bullock's, I was at the very top of the escalator, and I sold handbags and things, and I could see him coming up. Because, in those days, boys this age didn't go to Bullock's.
Right.
They were busy doing other things. And he was easy to spot. His hair was blonde as could be, And he came up to me right at the top of the stairs, there I was, and he said, I'm looking for Lynn Beck, or probably he said Nancy Beck, I don't know. And so I glanced over at a bunch of older people, and I saw him looking over there, and I thought, no, it's me. And so then we went downstairs, and we had a Coke, and we just sat on a bench, and we talked, and I asked him all these questions. I said, well, you're at Stanford, yes. And in the meantime, he says, and if you don't go to this party with me, I am going to jump on a plane and go to Europe. Well, let me just tell you, that was the biggest lie ever. Because he was not an impulsive person like that. But okay. But I didn't believe it anyway.
Were you just in town for a short period of time?
Well, it was a break.
Okay. Oh, and your family.
It was like spring break or
Something like
Easter.
that.
Okay, and your family is in the LA area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So then I asked him what he wanted to do for a living. And I didn't pay any attention to this at the time. But this is what he said. He said, I'm going to get a degree, and then I'm going to go into businesses, and I'm going to be a consultant, and I'm going to tell people what to do. I'm telling them all the things they're doing wrong. And did I listen to that? No. I just thought, okay. Well, that was true, and it's still true. He knows best how everything should be done. Anyway, then he went back. I went to the party with him. We had a nice time, and then he went back to Stanford, and he called me one day, and he said, there's going to be a wonderful party up here, and I wonder if you'd like to come up. I'll pay your airfare. I said, okay. So I went up.
Had you ever been on a plane before?
I don't know, but you know, in those days, people dressed.
Yeah, yeah.
When you went on a plane, you didn't.
Right.
So I got on this plane with my ticket that he sent me, and next to me on the plane there was a service guy. And you know, in those days, if the service guys were in their uniforms, they could fly for free. And he was cute, and he was nice, and he was taken with me. And so we walk out to the luggage place. No Jeff. So this guy's helping me, and he's thinking, oh wow, I might have scored here. No, here he comes. His hair is long. He's got on shorts. Probably he had 2 pairs of shorts, and these shorts had been worn often. And he helped me with the luggage then, and the little military guy disappeared, and we went out to the car, and it was an old beat-up
Ford
station wagon. And in the way back was a couple we never saw again, because they had blankets and they just disappeared. And then behind us was a couple, and he introduced them as so-and-so and the crow lady. The crow lady. I said, what? She laughs like a crow. Oh. We'd go up to Gurneyville, and we stay overnight in a cabin with a lot of people who were drinking a lot. And then we got up in the morning.
Wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
So after your date with him the first time,
Uh-huh.
this is the second time you're seeing him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Second time.
And your parents didn't
That's
come?
because I made a great impression.
Your parents said that's cool?
I'm not sure what I told them.
Oh, okay.
Probably not the truth. So the next morning, after we spent the night in this cabin with all these drunk fraternity boys, we drove out to this lodge kind of a place out in the woods right near the Russian River. And these poor people who rented this to these fraternity brothers had no idea. They had this really pretty place, had a really pretty pool, and they were going to make a luau, and we were going to leave the next day. Well, the drinking started quite early. And I was lying by the pool in my bathing suit, and all the boys were in and out of the pool and jumping and carrying on. And Jeff came over and he leaned down to me and he said, it's only a matter of time before these boys are going to throw you in the pool. So I suggest that you get in, if you do, and I won't be able to help you. So I got in the pool. Then they had the luau, and one of the girls' heads went in the punch bowl. They were having food fights with the luau food. Oh, they were awful.
This is all Stanford people?
Uh-huh.
My fraternity was the prototype for Animal House.
Okay.
They were the Fijis.
We used to do motorcycle races through our fraternity house.
God. Up the stairs and out the window.
What was the fraternity?
Fijis.
Oh, Fiji. Oh, okay.
See, you know.
I went to Syracuse. It was a big fraternity school. I know about Fiji.
Yes. Yeah, they used to have, well, anyway, but we could go on about Fijis forever. But
Okay, so you're in the pool, then you went to the luau.
yeah, went to the luau, and the next day I had to fly home, so he drove me down to the airport. And as we're climbing over a fence, a chain link fence, because he couldn't find any parking and we were late, he tells me he hadn't bought the ticket for me to go home, and not only that, he doesn't have any money. Another thing I should have listened to more clearly.
You didn't
I said-
notice that it wasn't a round trip ticket.
No, I didn't. And so we get to the thing, and I said, well, it was $14 each way. So I paid the $14. He said, I promise you, I will send you a check. And he did. And then he began to write me a little bit. He went to the bookstore, and he bought Stanford stationery. Pages were tiny. At the top it said Stanford, and then right up next to the top would be 2 or 3 lines. That's it. Rest of the little piece was blank. He's not loquacious like that. So anyway, he started writing, and we got to know each other, and he came home for the summer, and we got engaged eventually.
You got engaged while you were still in Stanford.
Yes.
Okay.
He was about to graduate.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how soon after you graduated did you get married?
That
Summer.
summer
Oh.
after graduation.
What he charmed you.
Anyway.
Well, of course. I mean, look at this.
But I also remember the day that he told his mother we were going to get married. His mother and I were in the kitchen, and she cooked a lot, and she was a great cook, and I was helping her. And she's telling him what he ought to be doing now in the summer and so on and so forth, now that he's a graduate and all this kind of stuff. And he said, Mom, probably we're going to get married this summer, Nancy and I. And she just kept chopping. She didn't say a word. She was great. But, you know, that's not the way you tell your mother. That's
Before, I got the 2-minute warning, but this is the story I wish could keep going. How long did you, when did you get married?
in August of that
So
year.
you didn't have a lot of planning time.
Oh, yeah, we did. But,
Yeah,
but
we did.
on the other hand, he had no idea what it is like to plan a wedding. To go and buy an engagement ring, I thought he was going to have a stroke. He had to borrow $500 from his brother. We went to a jeweler. By the time that was over, I had a migraine headache. I don't think we even wanted to see each other again. He borrowed $500 from his brother, and he was sure he was not going to have to pay all that much. He spent it all. And, you know, we've had a great life together.
So 58 years later, it's an interesting start, but a great ending. Or
Yeah, that's true.
A great
That's true.
continuous.
I mean, you know, marriage is not always a straight path. It's often has a little this and
It's
a
a
little
rocky
that.
journey.
It can be a rocky journey. But
Hey,
I am so lucky to have him because he has integrity, a sense of humor. He's intelligent. He likes my friends. He loves dogs. I mean, we didn't have a lot in common when we got married, but we grew together.
I think that's wonderful.
That's true.
So thank you so much for coming on. I'll have to meet afterwards so I can hear more stories. But
Oh, we've got more.
You can tell them forever.
We've got way more.
anyway, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'd like to come on to the show, email us at lwvcouples@gmail.com. Include your name, phone number, and email address, and brief description of your story.